This morning at a rally for Greg Gianforte, things got a little heated when one protester interrupted Donald Trump Jr.'s speech. We'll have the details.
And I'm Ty Hawkins, live here at Great Falls Airport, where Donald Trump Jr. is set to speak on behalf of Republican Congress candidate Greg Gianforte. We'll have more details coming up for you right here, starting now, your ABC Fox Montana News.
Right now, this is ABC Montana. Local news at 6. Your local news leader.
Good evening. We begin tonight with team coverage as Donald Trump Jr. is doing all he can to help Greg Gianforte get elected on May 25th. Today marks the second time he's been to Montana in the last 2 weeks. His day began in Helena with a speech and rally at the Kleffner Ranch. Alyssa Flores will have those details in a bit. But first, we go to Ty Hawkins, who is live at Holman Aviation in Great Falls. And Ty, what's the turnout like there?
I'm live here at Great Falls Airport, where Donald Trump Jr. is set to speak on behalf of Republican Congress candidate Greg Gianforte. Now, so far, we just got inside. You can kind of see behind me it's starting to fill up. The line was wrapped around at least one lane where cars were supposed to be driving through. Has been a good turnout so far. I talked to one of the lead coordinators who tells me he expects a full house tonight. On the flip side of things, on my way in when I was driving, there were actually some protesters who were against Gianforte having Trump Jr. visit Great Falls this evening. Now, it's been a busy afternoon for Trump Jr. This is going to be the first and final stop for him on the campaign trail for Gianforte. I had a chance to catch up with one of the Gianforte supporters who said he is very happy to have a public figure such as Trump Jr. here supporting the Republican Party because it shows that they are standing together. So with that, reporting live in Great Falls, back to you.
All right, thanks, Ty. Now, of course, the president's son made multiple stops today, including Sydney and Butte, but Helena was where his day started. Alyssa Flores joins us live. And Alyssa, I understand this morning's rally wasn't without a bit of drama.
That's right, Taylor. Folks clearly here to support the Gianforte campaign, but a lot of attention drawn away for the Trump administration, both from his supporters and from protesters. The rally here at Kleffner Ranch in East Helena had a turnout of about 300 supporters. Speakers included Chris Cox of the National Rifle Association, Attorney General Tim Fox, and of course Greg Gianforte and Donald Trump Jr., who was interrupted during his speech with a question about his father's tax returns.
I'd like your dad's tax return. I'd like to see him.
I don't know. I think Rachel Maddow released something that showed he made $150 million and paid $45 million in taxes. I think the ones that were released showed that he paid a much higher percentage in tax than Bernie Sanders and Barack Obama and made a lot of money in the process. So guess what? You can do it all. You can be successful. You can pay your taxes. And I think that's what he did. So I really appreciate it. Thank you for the intro to that because I wouldn't have gone there.
There were also several dozens of protesters lined up along the road leading into the venue. They held signs supporting Quist and denouncing Gianforte and the Trump administration. Now, tomorrow, another big name coming into Montana to campaign for Greg Gianforte, Vice President Mike Pence. He will be in Billings. I'll be there covering the event along with other members of our ABC Fox Montana team, so be sure to tune in. From Helena, I'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Alyssa. And of course, we will have more on Pence's visit in just a bit. But earlier today, Rob Quist's campaign sent out this statement in response to Trump Jr.'s campaign events. It reads, "The momentum is behind Rob Quist, with Montanans across the state supporting Rob as an independent voice who will protect Montana's public lands, fight for affordable health care, and support tax cuts for small businesses and working families, not millionaires." Again, we'll have more from Quist's rally in our late newscast on Fox and ABC. Now, amidst all the Trump visits, Quist is doing all he can to put his name out there as well. He's brought in actress and political activist Alyssa Milano, who made a trip to the Treasure State last month. And most recently, there have been talks of Bernie Sanders coming for a visit, but his campaign has not released any dates yet. Today, Quist is holding a rally that is set to start in just a few minutes at the Paris Gibson Square Art Museum. Our Tavares Haywood is at that rally right now. Will bring us a full report tonight at 9 on Fox and 10 right here on ABC. And here's what else we're working on that's new for tonight. 2 incredible stories of Montanans rising above after times of hardship. One of those about a woman overcoming addiction and now working to save others. And the second story about a Montana Highway Patrol trooper getting back on his feet literally after a head-on collision just a few months ago. You won't want to miss this. That's coming up in your Fox Montana News at 9. Well, it's going to be a very busy day at Metro Park tomorrow. Staffers there will be hosting 2 big events, including one featuring Vice President Mike Pence. Ken McGrath is on the story for us tonight, and he joins us live now from the Metro Park with the details. Ken.
Ray Massey, who's the marketing and sales director here at Metro Park, says the staff here is used to hosting multiple events at once, with Vice President Mike Pence speaking here tomorrow and Provision International holding its banquet. Lots of people will be flocking to Metro Park. Massey says the staff is ready for large crowds. He says there will be a lot of traffic, and he's hoping people will pack their patience. He adds, if you don't need to be in the area, don't. And Massey also tells me if you plan on being here tomorrow, we know that lots of folks from across the states will be here. He says make sure to leave your home or job early so you have plenty of time to get settled in. Reporting live in Billings, I'm Ken McGrath. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Ken. And we, of course, will bring you full coverage of the Vice President's visit. The doors open for the rally again at the Metro Park Pavilion tomorrow at 4, and the rally itself begins at 6. You can join Alyssa Flores live from Billings during our 5 and 6 o'clock news tomorrow evening as she brings us more details on that event. Okay, and Chief Meteorologist Ted King joins us now with the first look at your Weather Authority forecast. Hi there, Ted.
Hi there, Taylor, and good evening, everyone. And another warm one it was indeed, but a few thunderstorms have broken out south of Great Falls. Let's get a look at these thunderstorms here. Look at Big Sky Viper radar, and you can see down to the south of Great Falls currently. You see some showers and thunderstorms to the north and west of Helena right now, and also to the north and east. And temperatures for highs today, look at that. We made it to the low to mid 80s across the region. Lewistown, the low into center in our area, made it to 78, and forecast lows tomorrow morning very mild, upper 40s and low 50s the story. Overnight tonight, shower or thunderstorm possible. Many communities will not see a shower, though. Otherwise, skies will be partly cloudy. Showers and thunderstorms develop tomorrow. Some of those thunderstorms could be on the strong to severe side. We'll be watching that for you. And then Saturday, not looking too bad. It will be cooler. More on all that coming up later on, Taylor.
All right, thank you, Ted. At one time, not too many years ago, most families had a garden. These days, most don't. But in the community of Lodgepole, out on the Fort Belknap Indian Reservation, residents are in the process of changing that. Right now, members of all ages are working together in the community garden, watering plants already in the ground and making sure the soil is ready for new growth. But fresh green veggies are not the only thing growing. Just on the other side of the greenhouse is a huge orchard. The bees are busy pollinating so the fruit can be ready to grow. This is the first time the tribe is growing a full orchard. You can join us on Sunday as we take a deeper look into how the reservation is becoming a food sovereign nation. Okay, and time now for a check with sports. Alexis Hatfield is in the SWX studio with more. Hi, Alexis.
Hello, Taylor. Coming up in just a little bit, I'll remind you all of our 8 monthly winners who are competing to win that $2,000 scholarship, plus be recognized as the Mattress Firm Student Athlete of the Year. And we're going to go out to the tennis court for day 1 highlights of the AA Divisional Tennis Meet. Of course, I'll have those highlights in a few. Taylor.
All right, thanks, Alexis. Coverage continues on a story that still amazes us all. 6 days in the backcountry, and 23-year-old Madeline Conley made it out alive. But what's next for her now that she's been found? We spoke with Maddie's uncle, Michael, who says she's going to rest up with her family. She was on her way through Montana heading to a bakery job in Alaska before getting lost in the Great Bear Wilderness. And despite being lost for 6 days, Michael tells us Maddie still has that job offer. Now, in this search, a toll is also taken on search and rescue crews. Our Maren Sue spoke with those who helped in the search in the Hungry Horse National Forest. Their crew was second on scene to help survivor Madeline Conley out of the wilderness.
If you continue along Highway 2, which is right here behind me, it will eventually lead you to the point at which Madeline Conley was rescued from. But how exactly did that rescue mission work? Ranger Rob Davies says they start with a grid system, then they search for any clues.
Detailed search to looking for any little bit of evidence, piece of clothing, disturbance in the snow or dirt. There was a mixture of snow and ground.
Davies' crew was second on scene when Maddie Conley was finally lifted to safety Wednesday morning. Take a look at this video as Flathead County's own Sheriff Chuck Curry lifted her from the bowels of the Great Bear Wilderness. For 6 days, crews walked the vast terrain. Davies tells us how.
You spread out 6 people at a time and you walk through very slowly, looking very deliberately, expanding out from the trail.
By day 6, Davies says crews grew tired and worried. He says after so many days, searchers wondered if their rescue attempt might be a recovery instead, until
they were in disbelief. Everyone was elated. We were so relieved.
A Glacier Park Trail crew member found Maddie.
I was back in the office at the time, and our liaison from the Forest Service told me about 10 minutes after she was found, so I was extremely elated.
Davies tells me his men are well rested after the strenuous rescue mission and are now ready for whatever else comes their way. Reporting from Kalispell, I'm Marin Sue.
And Davies tells us that while rescuers in the wilderness happen once or twice a year, it's rare for a person to survive after being lost for 6 days. The Cascade County Commission is one step closer to choosing the new county attorney after John Parker left the position to become a district judge. After a total of 5 applicants, the commission board narrowed the search down to 2. The applicants have not been identified but are set for public interviews on Monday at 1 p.m. Commissioner Jim Larson told us if the commission did not find the 2 contenders fit for the job, they will resume interviews with the runner-up candidates. It's not sure when the new attorney will be chosen, but Larson hopes that a decision will be made promptly. Still to come, why this group of realtors has taken it upon themselves to clean up Great Falls. Their story when we come back.